John Hook's Newsmaker starts now.
Thanks for joining us on Newsmaker. A deputy sheriff in Pinal-County has become a viral sensation. 1 million views on YouTube for his, I would call it a unique approach to policing, and people cannot get enough. He's part Joe Friday from Dragnet, maybe Ryan Reynolds from Deadpool, maybe a little Jake Peralta from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Here's a little sample of Traffic Unit Deputy Frank Sloup.
You're born in 05, that makes sense. So you're under arrest for criminal speed. You're at 99 miles an hour, and the posted speed limit's 50.
Oh, it's 50?
Yeah, so you're 49 miles an hour over the speed limit.
The first thing you need to do is oil this thing.
Yeah, well, it's my
This thing
truck
is
gun.
dry as a popcorn fart.
It's my truck gun. So
Put some oil in your truck gun, man.
Call your mom. Also tell her to start baking you some cookies, because you're coming home, you're gonna be hungry.
You passed me like I was in, like, reverse.
Guys, we can give us a chance, please. I promise you.
Yeah, that's not the way traffic enforcement works. So, have you ever been fishing? Well, right now, once you hook a fish, you have to take care of that fish before you can go get another fish. Well, right now, you're my fish. So I can't leave you for committing a violation and then go get someone else for that violation. It makes no sense. I would spend all day chasing one vehicle and then another, and I would never get anything done. So since I have your violation on video, I'm sorry?
What are we doing?
What are we doing? You're receiving a citation.
Bring the video to court. We didn't need it.
That is never a good plan.
It's never a good plan.
Good to see you, Deputy.
Ed,
Thank you.
it's a pleasure.
Frank Sloup. Okay, first of all, how did this ever start?
Just a random ride along. The cameraman from our public information office was doing a campaign when Arizona put into effect their texting and driving law.
Oh, yeah.
So when that came into effect, we wanted to say, hey, the Pinal County Sheriff's Office is out enforcing this law. Here's
Why
the
you?
law.
Why you? Why did he go with you?
I was the newest guy in the traffic unit at the time.
Really?
That's it.
Okay,
I was
so
the rookie.
you get out there and it's solid gold.
That's what I'm told.
All right. You're in an interesting environment in law enforcement. How much ribbing do you get from the guys and the gals who are like, hey, look at Hollywood over here, right?
So Sheriff Lamb used to be Sheriff Hollywood.
Sure.
That was his nickname.
Yes.
And then, yeah, I've come into this internet fame, as you call it.
Yeah.
And I get that same ribbing. So it's all playful and it's fun, but it is, you know, when people, I take a lot of selfies on duty.
I know you do. You're not going to get out of the studio without several as well.
You and I need one.
Well,
So
we will. We'll do
happen.
that. But the director, Robert, he's a huge fan of yours, and he actually turned me on to you. And you're definitely not going to get out of here without a picture with Robert.
Good.
Okay, let's do a couple of basics. When you are pulled over, from your perspective, what's the best thing the driver can do to try to avoid getting a ticket?
Oh, boy.
What would be the best strategy?
Owning it. Just accepting responsibility. But before we went on camera, you and I were talking, and you said, hey, look, I got pulled over. I was speeding. I deserved a ticket.
Yeah.
That is the number one thing, is say, look, I know I was speeding. I got it. I know I was doing it. You know, do what you got to do. I like to be human. You know, I'm a human. I'm not a robot. Although all of my traffic stops are similar, no two are exactly the same, because a lot of times I'm playing off of who's in front of me and their demeanor, and I'm very reactive.
Do women have an advantage over men?
No. Nope.
They don't pull the, you know, the card.
I mean, they could try. It's not going to work. I mean, they could give it the old college try.
All right. You got a kid. This is recent. A kid who ends up stopping in the median. Well, it's not the median, but it's the middle lane that people turn in and out of.
The two-way left turn lane. The
not a
suicide
good
lane.
idea.
That's a terrible idea.
Right. So you want to go all the way to the right, wherever you are.
That is what Arizona law requires, that you pull right parallel to the rightmost curb.
Are you patient with them to keep going for a while until they find a good spot? Or if they're not immediately stopping, are you like, we got a problem?
A lot of it depends on how the vehicle reacts. If I hit my lights and the vehicle accelerates away from me, then there's a problem. If there's a slowing and a turn signal and they're trying to get over and it's obvious that they're trying to yield lawfully, I have all of the time in the world to give them.
Okay.
So it's a very case by case.
Let's check this out. This is I call it the kid in the median.
What are we doing? Hi, driver. See your driver's license, please. You guys having a snack attack in there? You got like cookies? Yeah, diabetes in the back seat. Wilford Brimley's rolling over in his grave right now.
So, you got diabetes.
I'm surprised you know who Wilford Brimley is. You don't. Never mind. All right, so I'm Deputy Sloup. The reason I stopped you is because I almost T-boned you there when you were pulling out of the Circle K, where obviously you went for your accoutrement of snacks. And then I almost hit you right on your driver's side and you pulled out in front of me. So I figured that was probably a good reason. And now we're stopped dead center in the middle of Bella Vista.
Sorry, officer.
Why are we stopped in the middle of Bella Vista?
You pulled me over because I pulled out.
Yes, no, but I mean, when you get pulled over, you're supposed to pull right to the parallel to the rightmost curb, right? So weird. That's like way over there. We're like in that parking lot, which would have been super safe. Instead, we're here in the left turn lane, which is kind of weird. So, since we're here and we get to make each other's acquaintance, can I see registration paperwork, current proof insurance?
Oh my goodness. My mom didn't give me the code of the car. Can I text her real quick so I can get it?
Absolutely. Call mom. It's like phone a friend.
Are you the dude who got the online?
I'm the deputy. Yes.
I think I missed
Yes, definitely not the dude, but definitely the deputy. All right, let's see if mom came through here.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got.
Sorry.
Hi, mom.
Hi.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sending some great insurance.
What did he do?
Yes. Well, he pulled out in front of me, and I almost T-boned him. And right now, we're stopped in the middle of Bella Vista Road, right in the left turn, the two-way left turn lane, because he didn't pull to the right like he's required. So, just some things. We're going to do some little bit of education here, and we'll take care of him.
Yeah, he's new.
I can tell. All I'm going to cite you with is the first thing I saw you for, which is failing to yield from a private drive. So Circle K is in a private drive. As you pulled out, you failed to yield to me as I was on Hunt Highway, and then I almost hit you. So that's what that is.
Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, make sure you brush your teeth after all those sweets. All right, obey the law, okay? All right, be good. Yes? Yep, you can go right now. Yep. What'd you think go?
Unbelievable. It's like Christmas. You don't know what you're going to get.
You never have any idea. It's so much fun. I'm telling you, it is so much fun.
So if they wanted you in detective work, you'd say no.
Absolutely.
You'd stay in traffic.
Exactly where I'm at. Yep.
What do you think the ratio is of stops versus tickets? Are you at 50%, less than that? What do you think?
Oh, way more. I'm probably in the 80 to 90% tickets.
That you will
warnings.
ticket.
Yeah, yeah.
But you seem, in the videos I've seen you seem very open to teaching them a lesson and trying to show some grace and not give them a ticket if you can possibly do it.
I give a lot of warnings with tickets. So if I stop someone, I mean, that kid's a great example. So I stopped him, he pulled out in front of me, I almost hit him. I was like, I should probably talk to this human. And then he pulls into the left turn lane, which is a second violation. There's actually a failure to pull to the right is a violation of Arizona law.
Okay.
So you have to pull to the right. He didn't. I could have.
He sailed across all the lanes.
Yes.
Into the middle lane.
Right. So.
Okay.
So it's another violation, but I didn't write him for that. I gave him. That was the education part of the stop. Hey, you need to pull right to the parallel to the rightmost curb. But here's your ticket because you almost caused a collision, and that's bad.
Okay. Do you think you can teach them a lesson with a warning? Is that enough or usually not?
I don't think warnings work as well as citations. I think that having a citation because of the amount of work after my contact,
sure,
it stays with them on their mind for a longer amount of time. A warning is gone. It's cool, I didn't get a ticket. Down the road you go.
Yeah.
With a ticket, you have to remember that you need to contact the court. You need to go to driving school. Once you successfully complete driving school, you need to contact the court again.
Okay, we're going to get into, this just popped into my mind.
All right.
Speed cameras.
Yep.
Do you buy it or no?
I don't like them.
I don't either.
Nope. Because I
actually hate them.
I do too. You and I are absolutely on the same page. I like my ability to walk up to a window and decide if that person needs a ticket.
Totally agree. And beyond that, it doesn't stop the action. No. If you blow through this and you never saw it, where's the deterrence?
Right, absolutely.
You get a ticket in the mail that ends up in the circular file, at least on the first go-around in my world.
As it should. Mine also. No.
And then I'll make them come after me, and then
if
we'll
you
talk.
find me, then we'll talk.
Then we'll talk. Okay. You were also out at the WM Phoenix Open.
I was.
Why were you out there?
So the Governor's Office of Highway Safety gives grant money to agencies for traffic enforcement.
Okay.
Especially DUI enforcement. So Jesse Torres, who is the head of the Governor's Office of Highway Safety, the director, who was out there the very first night of the task force to welcome all us and to pretty much wish us good luck on finding impaired drivers and removing them off the streets safely.
How bad is it out there?
You know what? Not as bad as you would think.
Really?
Yeah. There's a lot of, what I was really happy to see is there were some nights that not every officer that was out there arrested someone for impaired driving.
No kidding.
Even though there were
so people are Ubering, they're Lyft,
yes.
They've got rides.
Ton of Uber, ton
Designated
of Lyft.
driver is actually happening, isn't it? Especially in the younger generation.
Yep, a ton of it.
Yeah, my kids.
Waymo.
Yeah, my kids are 20.
Yep.
And twin boys, and they are adamant. You know, if they're not partying, which they shouldn't be anyway, at their age, they take this designated driver thing very seriously. That message has gotten through.
It has gotten through to this younger generation. The people that we're arresting aren't 21, 22, 23. They're in their 30s, they're in their 40s, they're in their 50s.
Yeah, I can see that. Okay, let's take a look at you in action during the Waste Management Open.
So here in the state of Arizona, we're going to transport you down. There's a whole bunch of officers in the area that are doing a DUI task force. So here for Arizona, what we do is we do a form called the admin per se. And what that does is has to do with your driving privilege in the state of Arizona, and then we have a interstate compact with Idaho. We have with all the western states, so also affects Idaho. Knowing that if you don't submit to the test, that your license will be suspended for 12 months, and if you do, your license will only be suspended for 90 consecutive days. Will you consent to the test? No. Okay. But one of the things that we do here in Arizona that they probably don't do in Idaho is we have electronic warrants for people's blood. So who that was a Superior Court judge for this county. I submitted a electronic warrant based on the probable cause that I obtained during our contact and put all that in a affidavit, sent it to him, and he just called me and swore me in. Now I have a valid warrant. So now I don't need your permission, but we're going to draw your blood. So luckily, I'm also a state qualified phlebotomist. Have been now for 22 years. So any pain or discomfort?
Nope, you're good.
Perfect. Do you feel any effects from the alcohol that you consumed? Okay. Do you think that it affected your driving at all?
No.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is totally sober and 10 is falling down drunk, how would you rate yourself at the time that you were driving? Okay. So you're a .129 on your first breath sample and a 123 on your second breath sample. And that was 58 minutes after I stopped you. So I stopped you at 8:08. That test was given at 9:02. So you think about your alcohol concentration is slowly coming down, and your highest is a 129. So you figure if it went down that far just in 5 minutes, think about where you were at the time I stopped you. You're probably in the mid 1.3s to a 1.4.
Ooh. Case closed?
Yeah.
So what happens to that guy down the line, do you think?
So he was given a court date before he was released. He'll have to go to court. He'll talk to the prosecutor for the state. He'll be able to plead guilty or not guilty, and then depending on what he makes after that decision will depend if it goes to maybe a trial or if he takes whatever the plea is.
Will he not be driving for a while?
If he obeys the law, he's not going to be driving for a year.
A year. We're going to take a break here with Traffic Unit Deputy Frank Sloup, Pinal County. More video, more discussion when we come back on Newsmaker. Back on Newsmaker with Traffic Unit Deputy Frank Sloup of the Pinal County Sheriff's Office. Okay, we got to get into your video. Your style is very unique. This is the video that put you on the map. I think it's had almost 2.5 million views. And you had to get a little bit rough with this person because they were not being cooperative.
Yeah. Yep.
Here it is.
71, passing all these cars. Get a good look. That guy right there. See your driver's license, please.
Yes, sir. Can I ask what you pull over for?
Absolutely. As soon as I see your driver's license, I will be very happy to tell you.
That's not how it works. Can you tell, first of all, what's your name and your badge number?
I'm sorry. I do this for a living. You don't. I tell you how this works. Let me see your driver's license or I'm going to pull you out of your car and arrest you for failing to provide ID. This is a legal request. I don't want to hear any other words out of your mouth except here's my driver's license. Please.
Can you say it again?
Absolutely. I need your driver's license so I know who you are. I am not asking you. I am telling you. Give me your driver's license.
My name is...
I don't want your name. I want a physical ID as required by Arizona law.
I am asking you when I'm getting pulled over.
I will tell you as soon as I see your driver's license.
I will gladly give you my license. I get some identification of the reason why I'm getting pulled over. That's usually how it works.
All Well, I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal-County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. And the reason I stopped you is you're traveling 71 miles an hour in a posted 45-mile-per-hour zone. We also see registration and current proof insurance, please.
Can I do some doorbell?
Unless it's going to magically appear in your hands, you would have to, right?
I did that because that made him look good.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So his tone and temperament, that set the tone for how this was going to go.
Yep. And it was me reading him, his mannerisms, his voice,
Yeah.
I mean, we read people very quickly as law enforcement. It's a self-defense mechanism. It is part of what we do, and you learn it throughout your career to get better and better.
Have you had people speed off and flee?
Absolutely. Yeah.
You've stopped them. You've gone to the window, and when you go back to your car, they flee.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
How does that go down?
Not good for them. We have a great policy in Pinal County that allows us to pursue vehicles. So very different than other agencies. It's one of the things that stands out about the Pinal County Sheriff's Office.
They'll let you. Well, you're in more of a rural area, but that's changing.
It's
right?
very much changing. But
so you've got to make the judgment: is it worth it to really lay down the hammer on this guy and chase him when it could put other people at risk?
Right, and that is that we have policy that's written about that. Supervisors obviously oversee that. So there's a lot of variables that go into a vehicle pursuit, and each one is different based on a whole bunch of specific criteria.
Do you have a grappler on your car?
I don't. No.
Do you wish you did?
I saw a grappler work. Actually, we have a grappler working with the Arizona Department of Public Safety. We caught it on an episode of Friars with Frank. It was the first time I saw it work in real life.
It's pretty cool.
It is incredible.
It is
what
incredible.
An incredible tool.
Local guy who invented it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
really
Phoenix.
great story. Yep. Okay. So now that you're doing this has become, how does the department feel about this? It's brought a lot of attention to the Pinal County Sheriff's Office.
A lot of great attention to the Sheriff's Office.
They like it.
Very much so.
You can't go anywhere now, especially in Pinal County, without people wanting a selfie.
All day, every day.
It's part of the deal.
Whether I write them a ticket or I see them at a gas station or in a restaurant, no matter what, no matter how I contact people in what manner.
You've been doing this, Frank, how long?
It'll be 24 years this year.
Do you think the people on the other end of enforcement have changed? Has there been a breakdown of respect for you?
Absolutely.
What is going on?
I don't know. It happened somewhere in the late 2000s. There was a pendulum swing where very early on in my career, and some of it leads to parents, and it's probably a parenting issue more than anything. Very early on in my career, I did a lot of alcohol enforcement. We would catch juveniles drinking, and the parents would come, and the juveniles were at fault.
Yeah.
As I progressed on through my career, if that same scenario would transpire, I would be the one at fault. It would be, why did you contact my child?
Oh, man.
So that pendulum has swung from needing to have the children be held accountable to, why did law enforcement have a reason to contact my child?
Yeah, it's not the kid's fault.
Right.
Speaking of that, we do have time for the video of the 14-year-old boy that you stopped.
Yeah.
It's wild. Take a
great.
look.
I don't have one.
Why not? Okay, sorry, I just couldn't see your hands. I don't like it when I can't see people's hands.
I'm pregnant right now. I'm not supposed to be driving. I had to drop him off home.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally live
Wait, you're
right
pregnant? You're not supposed to be driving?
That's what I was told. You're not supposed to be driving if you're pregnant. That's what I was told.
I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Really?
I've known a lot of pregnant people.
Okay,
All right.
well,
I'm Deputy Sloup. I work for the Pinal County Sheriff's Office Traffic Unit. A couple different reasons that I stopped you. First of all, my attention never would have been drawn to you if that muffler wasn't so loud and annoying.
Yeah, it's not my car. It's
literally but you're driving it, so you're the captain of this ship, partner. So your muffler's loud and annoying, and it allows everyone. Is this your neighborhood?
Yeah,
your neighbors hate you.
Right there.
They hate
it's
you.
my car.
Okay. If you drive this in my neighborhood, I'd hate you. So that's number one, is you have a muffler that creates an unusual sound, which is the requirement for Arizona state law. Secondly, I don't know how you can see through your windshield because it's tinted top to bottom, left to right, and so are your front side windows. So all of that dark tint is all illegal. You can't have it. You can have tint just up at the top, but you can't have it
everywhere. So, and why don't you have a license?
I'm 14.
You're 14. Okay, and ma'am, is this your car?
This is my fiance's.
Your fiance? Okay. So, and who is this to you?
He is like family.
He's my cousin.
Okay. So,
Because she lives at the apartment,
Yeah.
she told me she couldn't drive, so I was just coming to my house and she's getting picked up.
I don't know. I just heard I'm not supposed to be driving when I'm pregnant. I wasn't sure. But
How old are you?
Me, I'm 18.
okay.
I mean, I literally have the pregnancy test right here.
My house is a
Oh, I mean, there's got to be days where you really are scratching your head.
Almost every day.
All right. A couple of things we should clear up. We've got about 90 seconds. Is this 11 mile an hour over the speed limit a thing? If you're 11 or under over the limit, posted limit, you're probably okay and you won't get pulled over.
I would say that that would be factual in the majority of jurisdictions, as long as it kind of.
You got a grace period.
Everything is situational.
I mean, you have a little bit of grace there on the posted speed limit.
So it varies by officer. The letter of the law is the speed limit is the limit.
That's the limit. Is it reasonable and prudent? Does that come into it?
That reasonable and prudent is part of it, yes. But
Okay.
it's reasonable and prudent is always what the posted speed limit is.
Okay.
And that's written in Arizona state law.
What would you like people to know about what you do and how to handle an encounter with you?
I not just with me, with law enforcement
Exactly.
all over the place, is be kind. Just be a good human. And if you're nice with the officer that's stopping you, officer, deputy, trooper, constable, wherever you are, if you're nice to them, you are far more likely to get a positive reaction back. Because we're really reactive. And we really feed off of the energy that people give
Yeah.
us.
And own it. Don't try to come up with a lot of excuses, right? That doesn't work.
We've heard them all. I listen to them for a living.
Okay, we've got 10 seconds or so. What's next? What do you want to do, or is this it?
I could retire any day, so sky's the limit.
I'm glad you're out there.
Thank you.
Deputy Frank Sloup,
Had
it
a
is a
blast.
pleasure.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
for coming on the program.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
And I hope I don't get stopped, but in a way I kind of do.
I like that. I like that.
We're back in a minute on Newsmaker. Special thanks to Traffic Unit Deputy Frank Sloup of the Pinal County Sheriff's Office. Great stuff. We will see you next week on Newsmaker.